Hello and thank you for joining us on the Thursday edition of Journalist Hangout. I'm Binga Oreshegun. Today on the program, WAEC releases 2026 results with 1.2 million candidates passing English and mathematics, with those 167,486 results over exam malpractice. President Tinubu orders EFCC to get an order on freezing Osun State account, opposes timing of action. And later on the show, Northern Senators Forum congratulates Kwara State on rescue of war kidnapped victims. Well, I'll be hanging out with Babajide Kolade Otitoju, who joins us from Abuja studios, and Tunde Abaton. Journalist Hangout starts right now. Now let's begin the conversation. It is said that examination malpractice may improve a score, but it never improves a mind. Hence, the need to discourage it. While the West African Examination Council, WAEC, recorded a slight decline in examination malpractice cases in the 2026 West African Senior School Certificate Examination, it withheld 167,486 results. The head of WAEC Nigeria National Office, Amos Josiah Dangote, said the figure is 1.11% lower than the 9.7% recorded in 2025, but it warned that the increasing use of cell phone in the examination hall, in spite of the existing ban and organized cheating in some schools, continue to threaten the credibility and quality of Nigeria's education system. All right, BKO, let's start this way. I mean, with only 1.2 million candidates, which percentage-wise 61.54% of candidates obtaining credits passes, including English and mathematics, should this be viewed as progress?
Well, we always want to see better performance. Better performance than what was witnessed in the preceding year. But we've seen worse cases. We've seen worse cases, and that is why we cautiously say this is not a bad result. If you have a situation in which 61% obtained credits above credits and above in 5 subjects, you cannot say that is altogether a bad performance, because we certainly have seen years when it was a lot worse. This 1.959.668 candidates from 24,207 schools across Nigeria, Benin Republic, Cote d'Ivoire, and Equatorial Guinea. So they sat for the exam. And of this figure, 61.54 obtained credits and above in 5 subjects, including English. This is what universities, tertiary institutions will ask of you. So it means that more than 61.5% of the candidates who sat for this examination can get into tertiary institutions. All that they need to do is to also pass those entry examinations like JAMB, as it is the case in our country, and then the post-JAMB examination, post-UTME examination. So it's not a bad result, but the students can do much better. What I'm worried about is the increasing penchant of candidates to cheat to gain the system, and people continually using cell phones inside the examination halls is what we should discourage. 167,486 candidates had their results withheld, representing 8.59%. And this is 1.11% lower than the 9.7% recorded in 2005. So this is also an improvement. It's something that we need to be happy about, that the number of withheld results declined. So that's, of course, again, the gender, the performance of female candidates, was noticeably better than the performance of the male candidates. 28.65% of the candidates got 5 credits, including English and Maths, while 32.89% of female candidates got passed English and Maths, 5 credits, and including English and Maths. So it's a mixed grill. In some places, in some situations, you can say, yes, this is good enough. In some cases, you can say no. As I talked about earlier, anything that shows a decline, especially in withheld results, we can say this is good news.
Okay.
And certainly, we cannot say that a situation in which 1.2 million of the candidates passed English, Maths, and Maths, and did score up to 5 credits. We cannot say they've not done well.
Okay.
61% is way above pass mark. We want to see improvement in future, but don't forget that these figures and these statistics harvested includes candidates from other countries.
Okay.
So we are not talking about Nigerians alone, because it's not an examination body for Nigerians alone. So they have not distilled the data in such a way that we can determine whether a good chunk of these people who did not do well were actually from Equatorial Guinea, Cote d'Ivoire, Benin Republic, and other countries involved. So I think that we can do better. The pupils can do better.
Okay.
And I want to see greater attention paid to improving on the integrity of these examinations. And one of the ways to do it is to ensure that nobody can get away with cheating. Once we are able to do that, the examinations integrity will go up, and we'll know that whoever scored 5 credits in the school certificate examination, WASSCE, must have handed it.
Okay.
So that is my submission.
All right, Tunde, WAEC said the malpractice cases have reduced, yet we say over 167,000. But I want to know, should we celebrate this, or should we be alarmed by the sheer number of suspected cases now?
Well, if 167,000 to have cheated during the exams.
Over 167.
Over 167. It means that the examination bodies, the school, and the parents, because most of those cases of cheating is a result of connivance between the school authorities, the parents, because you don't have to shy away from that, the parents and the system. The system is the fact that you have some schools that invigilators will look the other side where the students are committing cheating. And that is a case of collaboration between the school management, those schools that organize private centers, special centers, and parents
miracle centers.
Miracle centers, and parents too, who induce invigilators, who induce schools. There are some schools that charge specific fees. So you can't imagine a situation whereby before the result comes out, some schools will advertise that next year we are going to make 90% go to pass mathematics and English. when your students are here to sit for the exams. So I think what you have to do is that, like Jide said, you have to give credibility to the system.
Yes.
There has to be a system in which schools are properly monitored.
They talked about the use of cell phones.
Use of cell phones, because you see, you cannot, if the invigilating thing is done well, without the connivance of school authorities. I keep on saying there are some schools that bribe invigilators to look away while the students smuggle in cell phones. I think something has to be done.
Do you think stronger punishment?
And penalty have to be meted out to schools that are encouraging. Most of these schools are the ones, most of these private schools are culpable in this thing, because they want to impress parents who paid so much money for their wards to pass by all means necessary. So if they are the ones, if they are found guilty, I think they should be penalized. If they are penalized, it will serve as a deterrent to others. Because when schools are found to be collaborating with students and invigilators, it has undermined the integrity of the system. And at the end of the day, you see, why I'm not so particularly impressed, most of the universities, what brought about the UTME is the fact that when the students, they claim to get A1 in English, A1 in mathematics, in all the core subjects, when they get to the university, after the first semester exam or second semester exam, you discover that they could not match their performance in WAEC, could not match their performance in school. And if you could not match, it means the certificate you obtain, the result you obtain to gain admission, you are not the one that wrote it. If you are not the one that wrote it, you will not be able to meet up with the first year in school. And there was a particular year that University of Ibadan have to advise 200 students about 7 years ago to withdraw from 100 level. It means something is wrong with the examination system. It means they are unable to defend the certificate they carry. And if they are unable to defend the certificate, what is the use of the examination? Which means the examination system has been compromised. And when you have an examination system compromised, you cannot really, and that brought about the issue of UTME, the post-UTME. Post-UTME, there is no need for it, because if somebody scores A1 in 6 subjects, there's no need for you to actually, you want to test him again, because he has proven beyond doubt. But because of these malpractices and the experience, the school, especially the great ones, the first generation University of Ibadan, Lagos, Ife, Nsukka, what they experience with students who claim to have good results is a contrast to the result they claim to have. And as a result of that, they pressurize that UTME.
But before we go, what message does this widespread examination malpractice send to serious students who succeed through hard work?
Well, I think they just have to remain, what they are. Because at the end of the day, you see, the result that you have, you'll be able to defend it anywhere. They should be able to know that whatever they have, even when you manage to get the minimum entry requirement to the university, if it is your result, the result that you wrote yourself, at the end of the day, does not stop you from making a first class.
Exactly.
Does not stop you from making a close. So the mere fact that somebody cheated, and you know that the person cheated, he got high grades, does not necessarily mean that he will finish better than you. So if you manage to score 5 credits alone, and somebody, the cumulative average is about 65% after the UTME, and the other guys score 85%. It is after the first or second semester exam in school that you know who really worked hard. So I think it is better for students to keep on working hard,
but I like
and earn their certificate.
Yeah, I like what BKO said, that until they distill the data, it's not just about Nigeria. It's about different countries.
It's a West African Examination Council.
Okay, we await that one. All right, let's take a trip to Osun State, shall we?